What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. We're back with my cheap, like $2,800 1994 Ford Mustang GT, but this one supposedly is a $20,000 build. It's a 347 stroker. It's supercharged. It's got a Tremec T5 transmission, custom rear end. I have no idea what's actually in it. This was also a flood car from Florida. It was in a hurricane under a lot of salt water. About half the car was underwater. And in the last video, we got it running. Problem is, we have a locked up smog pump. We also have a fried alternator. I'm going to dig into this thing today and see if we can get those parts out, replaced, and we're going to try to take it on a test drive. That's right, a test drive. A car that was halfway under salt water, flooded by the sea in Florida. Yeah, we're going to hopefully be able to test drive it in this video. Now, we got it running in the last video, and well, since then I've learned a couple things. We noticed when we drained the oil out of it that it looked like somebody had filled the oil with grease. Super thick oil. Well, you may notice the floor cleaner there. That is my famous Super Clean Floor Absorbent. Big shout out to Super Clean for always sponsoring the video, helping me to keep my messes cleaned up and my shop looking decent. If you need some of this stuff, guys, I'm going to put a link to it below the video. Yeah, I found that it looks like we may have a rear main leak from this thing, which is just perfect. It's perfect. So instead of fixing it right, you know, throw grease into it, because that'll fix it. Anyway, we'll figure that part out later. We're gonna focus instead on, well, you can clearly see how high the salt water was. It was well above the ABS pump. Hell, it was well above the frame rail. There's the alternator. Alternator is fried, guys. So because this has a Powerdyne supercharger installed, the geometry is completely different on this than it would have been from the factory. So the smog pump I want to get off first because it's completely frozen, and we can't do anything with this car while the smog pump is frozen. Just to show you, like, I can, ow, ooh, it's actually melted. There we go. If you think it's turning, think again. I'm just wiggling the pulley off for you guys because I wanted to show you. I'm thinking this may have been frozen for a while because you can clearly see she's melted pretty good, guys. So that's garbage. All right, now that we got the pulley off, hopefully there's a little room for me to get you guys up here and try to see like what's going on. I know for a fact we have this little bracket right here. That's got to come off, I think. Actually, maybe not. I think, yes, it does. That bracket is actually holding the smog pump in place. So that's got to come off. We've got another bolt back here that needs to come off. Hopefully you guys can see that. I don't know if there's another one hiding up here. Can you guys see? That I think is for the alternator, but there may be one. No, that one's for the alternator. This one I think is for the smog pump. So it looks like 3 bolts, and hopefully the smog pump just drops out, and then I'm hoping we can get the alternator out from down here since we've already got it up in the air. And then I need to hit the parts store. I need to get a new alternator. We're not going to replace the smog pump. We're just going to bypass it. New alternator, new belt. If I can't believe I'm saying this. I think we are lucky enough that, guys, that's all we got to do to actually take this thing on a drive. And in the last video, if you missed it, you should really go watch it because it took a lot of work and a lot of diagnosing to get this thing running. We had no spark issue. We had water in the oil filter, water in the oil, water in the engine. We did check the transmission fluid. It is clean, no water. It's a Tremec T5. We checked the rear differential also with a borescope, and we opened the fill plug. No water could be seen in that either. So we did check all of the fluids, but I can't believe that it could be really as simple as we put a battery in the car in the last video, we put a starter in the car in the last video, and that's it. We didn't have to soak the engine. We didn't have to do anything. Literally a starter and a battery. This is one of the most insane resurrections I have ever done. It's absolutely incredible that this car was under so much water, and it looks like with a few basic parts, it might actually be back on the road. All right, so this has not worked out the way I hoped it would. You guys probably figured out before me, but yeah, all of this has got to come out. Yes, I'm not even kidding, man. There are there's 3 studs, 2 studs and 1 bolt, I think, that actually hold this whole assembly from the supercharger, alternator, and the smog pump onto the block. Unfortunately, everything's got to come out. So the alternator and the smog pump are attached to this bracket, but the bracket is attached to the block. Everything is in the way of everything else. So here's what I did. I took out 7 bolts, and these were, what size were these? These were 5/16. Yeah, 5/16. Got 7 bolts out of the supercharger. I've detached the couplers. I've gotten them loose, and I think if I sit you guys down here, you can get the kind of the money shot, if you will, of getting this supercharger out. Let's get you guys over here. There you go. There you go. Let's see how easy this is going to come out. Wow. Doesn't it sound like something? Never mind. We're just going to pretend like we didn't. We should probably take these hoses off. Come on. Oh, come on. There we go. This way and out. There we go. All right. You guys ready for this? We've got most of it taken apart over here, guys. I'm actually kind of proud of this. It's a little bit of work, and when you're working on something that's custom that you didn't build, it's a good idea to take lots of pictures. I mean, it's obvious where the front plate goes and which direction it goes, right? But then you got this little triangle plate right here. Oh, that's fun. If you wonder, how does that go? Well, take a picture, take a video, whatever you got to do, but get it done so that you know where it goes. So this little triangle plate bolts to the block, and then there's these spacers that go in between to give it a little bit extra rigidity, just like that. There's another one that fell on the bottom, but anyway, once you get this loosened up and you get these plugs out, I'm pretty sure you just tuck. I got to clean these wires up too. They're a little corroded, but I think, yeah, just pull her out like this. Overall, guys, not a bad job. Not at all. Let's take a quick look at this. Oh, wow. Look at that alternator. Clear flood line. There's a clear flood line right there, guys. I believe that's the voltage regulator. She's shot, man. Wow. And this triangle piece kind of goes up like this, and it matches with this hole right here. And that's where the top bolt goes, right there. So to get this alternator out, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Does this go straight through? It does. So both of these go straight through. Let me see if I can get you there. You got a bolt here, and you got another bolt, a tiny bolt, right there, and that's what holds the alternator in. Alternator for this at AutoZone, they have it in stock, but they're closed. So I'm going to have to come back. $188 for a 130 amp alternator. I'll probably just go get it from the store. No big deal. Looking down here, it's a little grimy, man. And now we can finally get to this. The whole reason for this, well, besides the fact that we do need an alternator, is this stupid little smog pump. And if I'm lucky, we can, oh, man, come on. We're so close. This is the whole reason for this, man, is to take this. I wonder if I put some vice grips on this stud right here, if I could get that stud out of the block, that would work. Honestly, I don't think we're even utilizing that stud with this kit. We're not. We're absolutely not. That stud is there for no other reason than to hold on this, I think. Maybe. Oh, man, I can't remember. I don't think anything. No. See, this hole right here. Actually, it did. Yeah. So this hole right here. Dang it. Yep. That's kind of a structural component there, isn't it? So not only will we need to put that stud back in for this, but we would also need some kind of another adapter like this. You know what I mean? Something strong and solid like this to keep everything in place. Isn't this just my luck? To get this out, I think what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to put some vice grips on the stud. I'm going to spin the stud out of the block, if it'll come out, and we'll figure the rest out later. And we're back. Look who came to join us today.
Look who's back.
Right?
Back in town.
So I took it all apart. So Monkey Wrench Mike said he just wants to jump on in here and put it all back together.
And with my luck, it'll go so smoothly. I'll have
You've
it
had
done
a day.
in 5. We both had a day. Yeah.
Well, at the end of this day, I'm anticipating this one will run and drive. Are you having the same luck with whatever it is you're working on?
I have not encountered that.
No.
That is something I have not experienced in quite a long time.
How many cars have you worked on today?
3.
3.
So, yeah.
I was here for part of it.
So you know my pain.
It didn't go well. When's the first video of the Maserati coming out?
Soon. I was hoping to get, bing bang boom it starts, bing bang thud. It hadn't worked out like that. So
if only there was somebody that could tell you, like, man, Maserati's not the way to go.
Well, you tried. I
or
just didn't
Mercedes
listen.
or BMW.
See, I'm stupid. I
You
just don't
should
listen.
be buying yourself some muscle cars.
Yeah.
That's what you need. Some old school muscle cars that only have 1 or 2 little computers and it doesn't even need them to run.
Yep.
Worst case scenario, if this doesn't work, you know what you do with these?
What?
You take the intake off and then you put a 302 carbureted intake on it.
Oh.
And you
okay.
literally run these things with a carburetor all day long.
Nice.
Can you do that with the Maserati?
Probably so.
Probably. Yeah. There's a very good possibility somebody has come out with a kit for this. All right. So we're going to put this back together. It's been, for me, a few days. And that means I've worked, I worked on that. I worked on this. Christmas morning, I was working on both of these.
Wow.
And now that I've had a couple days off, I totally forgot how all this stuff goes back together.
Oh, great.
It's all just been sitting on the floor here. I know that we're not putting back the smog pump. That's the reason the engine was dragging.
That was the squeak?
That was it.
Oh, okay.
And when you cranked it, you remember how it'd be like, it doesn't do that. It cranks right up.
Okay.
So we're not putting the smog pump on. I bought a belt. If my mathematics are right. And
this is where it gets good. Okay.
If my taxes are any prediction of how this is going to work out, this is not going to work at all. It's going to be totally wrong.
Way short.
Yeah, way short. I got a 905 K6. I think this is a 95-inch belt.
Okay.
Maybe that's going to work. If not, well, too bad. The car is driving out of the shop tonight anyway. And then we got this. Oh my goodness. That is a beefy.
That's heavy.
Yes. That's like 130 amp. It's huge.
Yeah.
I hope the old one is this big.
Oh, this is part of the cardboard. I thought this was something like it was used or something.
That would be my luck. Buying brand new parts that are. Isn't that thing heavy?
It is heavy.
All right, let's see if it matches up. Look how great of a water line
Oh my.
we got. So
Okay.
this,
So it goes like that.
yeah, or no, it goes like, yeah, yep. Pulley look the same. Everything looks the same. I think this is gonna work. Yeah. Okay. So now all we got to do is remember how all of this came off of that, and how all these. There's a triangle piece somewhere. Oh, right here. Mm-hmm. There's a little spacer. I got to remember how that goes too. Oh, and a stud. I don't remember what that goes.
You got one right here. Hey.
I'm done. We're not filming anymore today. We're finished. I ought to show them real quick before we jump into this.
Did you take a picture of this before? No.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course I did. I think. Oh, Nick is. Nick is with us. He's killing it out here, man. Let's see if we can. Oh my gosh, he's gonna burn the frickin' place down. He's poking it with a stick.
There you go.
What are you doing, Nick? You're trying to get it down?
Yeah, like trying to get it down more.
Throwing firewood on fire doesn't make the fire go down. I'm kidding, Nick. I'm joking. Wow. Wow.
That's a nice fire.
Good job, Nick.
Wow.
It's I didn't do anything. If this place burns down, it's on the 16-year-old.
Do you have one of those little heat things to see how hot it is?
I do.
wonder.
It's in the shop in the drawer. So Monkey Wrench Mike was curious how hot this fire is. So we've got the infrared. Whoa, man, dude. I'm serious. You can't even walk up. You can't. It doesn't even go that high. Look at this. I don't think it shows on camera. It says high. The highest
high?
It says high. 143. As you get closer, 130, 190, 280, 4, 5, 6, 7, 90, and that's it.
Wow.
It's over 790 degrees. It's like the surface of the sun over here.
Jeez.
Okay. All right, we got to get to work. Nick, you have a fire extinguisher, you have a water hose, and you have a phone, and the fireman is across the street. So
What could go wrong?
we should be good to go. All right. Well, your luck has been passed on to me.
You're very welcome. I do what I can.
Thank you. So we did just compare these alternators, did we not?
And they were the same.
And they were the same, except they're not the same.
Yeah.
In fact, they're completely backwards. They're opposite from each other. It's a big problem because the wiring doesn't reach. If you take a look, if we were to spin this alternator, the thick part right here, the standoff, is on this side, all right? And then the smaller edge right here is over here. So now these alternators are sitting exactly the same, except, you see the problem? This alternator has the wiring pointed towards the passenger side of the car. This alternator has the wiring pointed towards the driver's side of the car. Now, we already tried hoping that the wires would stretch. Mm-hmm. They will not stretch. And unless you can reclock the back of this, I don't know if you can.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid if I do and break something...
You void the warranty.
Right.
Yeah.
So Mike's idea was to cut the wires and make them longer.
Make them longer.
That's how hard can that be, right?
Right.
All right, so we have some ginormous clippers. We're going to need these. This is the main wire that we got to worry about. You don't want to screw around with this one.
No.
Okay, this is an important wire. This will burn things down. What we found is what we thought was a 3-wire plug is actually only a 2-wire plug, but it's got a little, this is weird, a little loop, an extension that comes out of the middle and then plugs back into the alternator. Why couldn't you do this inside of the alternator?
Yeah.
Why did we need an extra? Anyway, what we're going to have to do is we're going to cut these 2 wires right here. I'm going to replace them with just a red and black and then reconnect them to the connector. This one is the problem because I don't have a wire that thick.
That's really thick.
That's what she said. Anyway, I hope not. I hope not. God, that would be... I got something for you, sweetheart. All right. Here's an idea that I had. This is like a $400 booster pack. And I was thinking, doesn't this look like, I mean, if this can jumpstart cars, right? Surely, what do you think? Should we sacrifice a $400? This is the newest generation, too. This is the NOCO GBX 155, the Boost X.
That's a lot of money.
Bring me the clippers. I'm going to let you cut it.
Oh, it's like cutting the umbilical cord.
Yeah, to my wallet. Set my wallet free. Please let it go.
Where should I cut?
Wherever.
Down here, like that?
Yeah, here it goes. I can't believe this. A $400 booster pack.
Look at that. That's just like how I did it for my daughter.
Oh, you did it for your child, really?
Both of them. Yeah.
They asked me to, and I ran.
You didn't?
I was a kid. I was young.
Oh,
How
that's
old
true.
were you?
I'm in 30s.
In your 30s. I was 18, and I saw it, and it disgusting. I was like, they say the miracle of birth. I loved my kids, but they're like, here, cut this. I was like, no, I'm good. So look how thick that is.
That is thick. That's going to work out perfect.
This is going to work out great.
Okay.
I'm trying to decide, do we solder it? Because I don't have a butt connector this size. I mean, how do you...
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that should work out great, though.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to cut this, try to figure out a way to splice this, cut these, splice those, and we're going to plug it in and start the car. And it's going to either catch on fire or...
Or we'll get back home safe.
Or it's going to run. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, things are going perfect. So, my mathematics, as usual, What did you say earlier? Just like my taxes is going to be really
up
short.
short.
Didn't the belt came up short by how many? 5 inches?
5 inches,
4?
4 or 5.
Between 4 and 5 inches.
Yep.
Now, it's a lot. 4 to 5 inches is.
Depends on who you ask, but yeah.
It's a considerable amount when we're talking about a belt.
Yes.
So we've got the belt back on, and I got to show you guys my wiring job, man. We had to extend. Oh, man. We tell them that we did not use the cable that we cut off of my $400 jump pack.
So we destroyed that.
Yeah, for nothing.
For nothing.
We ended up using a jumper cable.
From the back of a car that was out front.
From the back of your car, yeah. Turns out the wires in the jump pack are like hair. It's weird.
It is crazy.
Yeah, it was.
Here it is.
It's not even like wire at all.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is, but it's super, like.
It doesn't feel
there
like,
we go.
It feels like thread.
Yeah, it's. Anyway, I did really nice wiring work.
And soldering, too.
Yes, it came out looking really good. So here's the original wires. You won't be able to see anything, but I mean, we extended it. You can clearly see the new electrical tape. We soldered and heat shrinked, and then electrical taped over, so that you ended up with these extended wires right here that all look very factory, I think. It all fit. The problem is the belt does not fit. It's no matter how we've tried routing it, we've tried all kinds of different configurations, hoping we could, gain a couple inches. That's all we need.
That's all we
could
need.
Just a couple inches. They say couple inches don't matter. It matters, guys. It matters. Right? 2 inches is literally the difference between us being able to force this on. It wouldn't be perfect, but we could force it on and get it down the road.
Yeah.
And us not being able to. So what we've got is a 90.5 inch belt, and we're going to need like a 94 to a 95. So unfortunately, everything's closed tonight. So I think what I'm gonna do now is we got the alternator in, the bracket is resecured and everything. I'm gonna put the supercharger on. It's super easy. It literally just it's not a big deal. Get the supercharger bolted back into place. And I think that's where I'm going to just leave it for tonight. And then Monkey Wrench Mike's going to drive 3 hours down here tomorrow. And then another 3 hours back home just so he can...
Put the belt on.
Put the belt on. Watch this thing run and it would go for a drive, right?
Woo!
No, I don't suspect he's coming back at Saturday to mess with this. I'm going to throw the supercharger on and then I'll just have to come back tomorrow. That's okay because I've got so many. I've got so many cars that I need to be working on. So we want to get this one running. Oh, I wanted to get the Mitsubishi.
Yeah.
Well, if I get the supercharger on, I could put the belt on outdoors.
Yeah, because we've been working from the top anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could. The whole point of this was to get this car running and driving out of the shop because I wanted to get the Mitsubishi in so that I could come back and try to put a starter and a computer and see if I could get that one running and driving. And I kind of need Monkey Wrench Mike for that. He's an expert at slinging those cars into the shop here.
Oh, driving them up when you're pushing. Yeah, I am good.
You get the
I could come back Sunday. It's supposed to be sunny.
Is it going to be? It's not going to be sunny tomorrow?
No.
Great.
I don't think so.
Okay, let me figure this out. Either way, I'm putting the supercharger back on. And then I'm going to call it a night on this car. All right, guys. So I decided to wait until Monkey Wrench Mike could get here.
And Mike has arrived.
Because you helped work on this car.
A little bit.
And I didn't feel like it was appropriate to go taking it out and romping around without you.
Yay.
So you drove down here just for this occasion.
Just for this.
Yeah. No. I got a feeling there's something else going on out here today. You want to take a look at the belts?
Yes.
I know how much the belts cost. I spent just over $200 on belts.
Okay.
Only to find out that the one we had originally actually did fit.
Oh, it did?
It did fit.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
It fit.
Okay.
We had it routed backwards. And I know we tried every way. Take a look. So what I found is when I put the belt on that we thought was going to be the right size,
yeah.
it fit. I started the car up, and it was squealing and smoking like crazy because we had it wrapped around the other side of the water pump. Not this side. It was wrapped around this side. Because of that, the pulley, the crank pulley, the belt was just riding on the bottom of it. Kind of like this.
Yeah.
It was just barely touching it. So it couldn't spin all of these pulleys. So it just melted the belt. So it ended up needing to go around the whole crank and then wrap around backwards the water pump, over the alternator, up, under, and look how far that tensioner went down.
And this is a different. We tried it this way, didn't we?
Yeah, I don't think so because
Wow.
it fit.
Okay.
it fit when I tried it. I thought we tried every way that there was.
Yeah.
But I sat here and fought and fought and fought and finally got it on. Got the Supercharger belt on. And if it starts, it's been sitting here for a couple days.
Yeah.
But if it starts, you ready to take her out for
I'm ready to go.
a spin? See if it runs and drives?
Let's see if we can get ahead of the hearse, and then we can
All
drive
right.
it. Yeah.
Well, let's get this hood down and let's go for a ride. All right, guys. Chris Fix here. Isn't that his intro?
Wow. You lean way back in this
Yeah.
car.
I think that seat may come up if you want to.
I don't know.
I don't know. I actually don't know if it does, or if the things are frozen. Is it?
There it is.
There you go. How's that? You think it's gonna start?
It better.
That's all right. A little belt slip. Never hurt anybody. Turn on that wideband right there.
Now, what does that do? That little switch does the.
It turns on.
Fuel,
This is
air
just
fuel?
your wideband.
Okay.
It doesn't actually do anything but tell you your air fuel ratio to make sure that you're not leaning out or running too rich.
Oh, okay.
Nick saw this here today and he said, "Can I please go for a ride in that car today?" I said, "Yes. Yes, you can." All right. Does the radio work? Let's see. There you go.
There we go.
There you go. Air conditioning.
Seatbelt does. No, it
Doesn't work.
No, it
You
doesn't
may
work.
have to tap the button several times to get it. It was probably, I know for a fact that
Yeah.
seatbelts were underwater. Now once you lock it, it may not ever come off again.
Well, maybe I
So-
shouldn't. I'll just hold it. That'll work.
Let me get buckled up and I guess we'll get out on the road. All right, guys, here we go. Oh, it's nice.
How's the clutch? Oh. Holy crap.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
She tried to fly. Woo!
Wow. I didn't even look at the boost gauge. How's it,
It's boosting. Oh.
not much. Not even 5 PSI? I don't know. So this engine's running on mostly no boost. Wow, okay. Oh man. Check that air fuel ratio there.
That's kind of cool to watch.
There's real nice. A little on the rich side. Oh wow, man, she pulls. Man, she pulls. All the gauges look like they work. Well, except for the couple that we have over here. We got water temperature over here, and what's the other one? Oil pressure, 80, 90 PSI. Holy crap. Oh, she pulls nice.
She's only in third, too,
Yeah,
right?
third gear. Yeah, we'll
Wow.
throw her in fourth. Clutch works great. Trans shifts. Are you serious? This car rides great, Mike. So what do you think, Mike?
I think it's fun, but kind of terrifying. I mean, the power is fun, but that's a little scary.
The steering's great. That was just me playing with the camera.
Oh.
I was trying to get my cameras over here.
Okay.
The steering is
Good.
pulls
Okay.
a tad. But I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Check engine lights on. See if we got four. We're already in four. Let's go to. Yeah, it definitely does pull to the right a little bit. So there's fifth gear. We're doing 75 miles an hour, and everything looks good.
2,000 RPM at 75.
Yeah.
Woo!
Well, guys, not bad for I think I got 2,800 into this car, aside from the cost of the starter,
That's it?
the alternator, and belt.
Oh, the belt. The mighty
Yeah.
belt.
Which I've got all the belts O'Reilly's and AutoZone could sell me. I spent $200 that day, and they told me I could bring them all back.
Okay.
Yeah, super nice people over there. Like, just bring the ones you don't need back. So, and I tried all of them, every belt. So we're gonna get most of our money back. So, I mean, we're talking like the alternator was $188.
Yeah.
And the starter is probably like $150. So you're looking at right around $3,000, and that's with shipping, everything, fees, all of that stuff. $3,000 into this car.
Woo!
Not bad for the 327 without the supercharger.
Yeah.
Should easily be pushing 425, maybe 450 horse.
Yeah.
And if the supercharger's boosting like it's supposed to, this is an easy 500 horsepower car.
Wow. Okay.
So $3,000.
For 500 horsepower.
And people say there's no deals to be had out there. Deals don't exist anymore, guys. Well, I don't know where you're shopping at, but I'm gonna say all in for $3,000 for this car. Absolutely steal of it. You know what I haven't tried yet? We haven't tried brakes.
Oh God.
I mean they work to back out of the driveway. But other than that, we're cruising.
we got a stop sign coming up
Cruising
here.
75 miles an hour. It's like, oh yeah, let's come up to this stop sign and find out that the brakes work. I love the AFR on this, man. That is really nice. Like, she is running primo right now. That's sick. Let's try out these brakes. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh wow. Oh my goodness. Is that a caliper coming apart? Or
I hope not. Look at it. Look at it.
warped rotors?
Shake, shake, shake. Well, there could be stuff growing. There could be barnacles
Oh my goodness.
on your rotors.
That's really bad. I slowed down a lot before we got here. Oh wow, dude! Even at this speed, it's coming from the front end.
Yeah.
Something in the front is really bad. Okay, we're gonna stop here. We're gonna get out and just check everything. It's kind of my thing. Unfortunately, no e-brake, so we're just gonna have to shut it off and hope that it
Starts again.
back up again.
Great.
Water temperature is great, sitting at what, just under 180 degrees?
Yeah.
This car is doing great. The driver's window, unfortunately, does not work. The cooling fan works, though. That truck is still here, Mike. How long has that old truck been there? Like months. Months. If nobody's coming to get it, I could really use the parts.
Wow.
Is there something going on down there? Do you see it?
Look at how shiny little streaks are right there.
Oh no, do we have like uneven? Oh wow. Oh goodness.
That's almost metal on metal.
What is going on? The brake pads are good. There's plenty of thickness left, it looks like.
There is?
Yeah, there's got to be
Okay.
like 50% of the brake pad left. It's got to be warped rotors.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good thing. I can handle warped rotors. That's
This is kind of the same.
Is it? I wonder
It's
what
got
the
the
back ones are like.
streaks.
Oh goodness. Yeah. That's not good at all. So warped rotors. Let's just hope. I'm just gonna hope that it's warped rotors. That's really bad.
That one's working great.
Yeah. See, this one's nice and clean. Let's check the other one. I knew it was coming from the front. I knew for sure it's coming from the front. This one's not as nice. This one's still
Yeah.
working on it, I guess. Okay, so it's gonna need some front brake rotors, front brake pads. Just do a set, you know,
Yeah.
because that does look. But if you look at where the brake pads are there, they look like there should be about 50% or so, 40-50%,
Okay.
or maybe not, because it does look like it's eating.
There's something hitting there.
It looks like it's eating into the rotor.
Yeah.
All right, well, there goes the idea of driving this home today. I was kind of looking forward to it. All right, let's check, make sure belts are still here. No smoke? There's no smoke. There you go, drive it down. No smoke at all. And what is the deal with this?
That's bizarre. Yeah.
That can go, man. That can go. And this chrome, that can go. Belts are looking good. Does that have pressure on? Yeah. Nice, and it's not hot. Like, you can actually hold it. This is impressive. And then whatever this thing is, hopefully somebody comments and tells us what. Yeah, I don't know. All right, thumbnail time at the halfway point. I don't know if I'll use this thumbnail or not, but we can do it with the hood up with you standing here like, oh my goodness, we broke down. Give me a second, guys. And I guess we'll see if this thing makes it back to the house. Well, ladies and gentlemen, she made it.
She did.
We had a little fun on the way back.
We had a lot of fun on the way back. Yeah.
It's first and second gear on this it's pretty incredible. Man, she'll spin those tires all day long.
She spun those tires quite a bit.
I was trying to get the flat spots off of them.
Oh, I'm sure you did. Yeah.
Sitting for so long.
Wow. For $3,000.
Three grand.
That's a heck of a deal.
I'll sell it to you for $3,000.
No, thank you.
What?
I'm not a Mustang person.
Oh man, Camaro?
I'm not. I've never had a Camaro.
Not bad for a car. Its waterline was like up to,
Yeah. The real water line.
I don't think that was correct. I think in this one's case, the waterline was it had to be way lower. You know, it had to be way lower. The seats in this one aren't even near as bad as the Cobra. And the Cobra's waterline was just a tad higher than what this one says. I didn't clean these. There's nothing on these seats. I mean, the tracks are rusted, and I know that water got up to the center console here.
Yeah.
I don't think it got into it, though. No. Water didn't get inside the center console. Water didn't even make it up to the fuse box, which sits right at the bottom of the dash there.
Sweet.
So,
yeah.
That window works, air conditioning works, heat works, lights, signals, windows, good tires.
Good tires.
This window does not work, I'm sorry. That window needs a motor and a regulator. Yeah. And the power locks on this and the Cobra jammed from the water.
Okay.
Other than that, though, clutch, that's a big one.
Clutch, is it hard to...
No, it's easy. Like, this is a really easy car to drive. It's even without the supercharger pushing out a whole bunch of boost, it's a stout car, man. Its brakes need to do something with the...
They're a little sketchy.
I think we'll just do a nice, brake pad rotor swap on this. Mm-hmm. See, how's that clutch feel?
It feels good.
Yeah, it's almost like a normal clutch. But when we looked inside, you could clearly see the clutch was not stock.
Still takes a good bit of muscle to...
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just getting weak.
I got strong legs.
Oh, okay.
I'm a stout guy, you know what I mean?
Stout like a Mustang.
I love the profile, the way they got this thing sitting lowered. The whole car, and the cowl induction hood, the stripes, this rare factory blue color.
The blue and the white is gorgeous.
Oh my goodness. I want to send this to Brian. I got to clean all the mold and stuff out of the interior. And this is a great driver.
Yeah.
Like a great driver quality car. Definitely not a show car, but a clean, and with that supercharger staring at you under the hood, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Would you power tour this car?
Yeah. Yeah, I would. Oh, we got so many years of power touring to do, Mike. 57 this year. Or next, sorry, it's December 30th, 2024 right now. So next year is the 57 Chevy. And then, I mean, take a look at my yard. Like, I don't even know what the next. You can power tour the Maserati.
The tan one right there?
No. That Maserati.
On the back of a flatbed, maybe, but yeah.
All right. Well, it was fun. Now we have to go fight with a Cobra that seems to intermittently want to start. I've got a Mitsubishi Eclipse in the garage with a blown starter and a new computer. I've got a Crown Vic that has no power to the fuel injection. And you have a Maserati. Are we soldering over that board today? That thing? Cutting and soldering?
We could.
You want to?
We could.
Nick would love to learn to solder.
Oh, really? Okay.
Make him do it.
Absolutely.
We can show him.
Turn him loose. There's 20 wires. Just
Show him on 2 wires. This is what you do: cut, splice, solder.
yeah.
And then just leave him for the rest of the day to just solder all of the wires.
That
for
sounds
you.
good.
You might turn the key on and it catches on fire.
Well, that might be a good thing.
You got insurance?
Not yet. No, not
No,
yet.
not yet. Okay. Well, the Copart yard and IA yard's supposed to be coming to pick up several of these, man. The Dodge Dynasty is already gone.
Really?
Yep. Donated to charity.
Yep.
This truck donated to charity. The Maserati is supposed to be coming and getting it, but then I got a notification saying that they didn't want the Maserati. It's the car worth the most money out of the whole group.
I would have thought that would have sold by now. It's cool.
I've had it just sitting here. I never tried to sell it. I
Yeah.
never tried to sell it. So I just went ahead and put it up, for charity.
Mm-hmm.
Monte Carlo also going up for charity. The 66,000 mile Cutlass charity. The Volkswagen
That's definite charity.
Eurovan charity. And then next the 82 Ford EXP donated to charity. They came back and said they don't want it.
They don't. What?
They don't want it. They don't want it.
Why?
They said that they couldn't recoup their money. From I was like, it's a free car. It's free.
How much did you pay for that?
I've got over $2,000 in that car. I'm not kidding. I know that's. I made some horrible financial decisions in 2024.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that all of these are gone before the first of the
Wow.
year, so that I can make better.
What's your New Year's resolution? Not to lose so much money?
Lose 40 pounds.
Oh.
Eat better. So we have a lot of eating to do. No, I already know better. Make better decisions on cars.
There you go.
That's. I took the hubcaps off and look how good this thing looks.
I haven't seen one of these in so long.
And it starts every time carbureted. 52,000 original miles.
Yeah.
Starts every time. It needs brake work. I've got the tail lights for it in the garage. Those cost me a fortune. And it needs not an ignition, a steering column.
Yeah.
Steering column and brake work, and you would actually be driving this. I drove it with no brakes.
Oh.
I drove it like a mile or so.
Yeah.
It runs and drives great. The radio works, lights, signals, windshield wipers.
It doesn't want to die. It wants to keep going.
It does, but unfortunately, it's truly sad. They're like, nah, we don't want your free car, man. Your car is so worthless. Wow. We can't even recoup getting it for free.
That's surprising. That is really surprising.
Whatever, man. I donated all these to Cars for Kids, so shout out to them. Hopefully, all these cars get sold. They're all going to Copart and IA. And then they take the money and they help children with the money from the sale of the cars. So hopefully they all do all right. With that, I think we're going to get out of here. If you guys don't know who Monkey Wrench Mike is, God, you really are missing out, man, because he's got some doozies
Got some miserable
coming
cars.
up. You don't want to miss that misery, guys. Go check out his channel. I'll put a link directly below this video to him. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, well, I highly recommend you subscribe already and hit that thumbs up button if you enjoy this type of content. Till next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing y'all again very soon in the next one.